Are we really even surprised at this point? You read the title. You know what's up. You're not hallucinating. Game Freak has Crown Tundra data in the Isle of Armor update. So of course it's going to be data mined. And that's why we're going to talk about it today. If you end up enjoying the video, don't forget to leave a like and share the news with your friends. So we have some exciting news, which will probably be disappointing to some. People are just tired of data mining at this point. They feel like it spoils it or gives away too much stuff. I like it though, because it's like, yeah, let's really get into what the game is about. But as per usual, Game Freak doesn't really understand how to scrub their games of upcoming content. With that said, here's some spicy Crown Tundra leaks sourced from the Isle of Armor update. Spoiler, most is revealed already. So it's not like we're getting some super deep read into the Crown Tundra. There's only so much data about it. Maybe it's like placeholder so it plays nice with the Isle of Armor since it's going to bundle as a DLC. Or not placeholder, but, you know, it's put in there because the Isle of Armor, so it plays nice with the Isle of Armor as this DLC comes out. Could still be new Pokemon, still be all kinds of new fun stuff that we don't know about. But the thing is, with the Pokemon Home data mine, we saw like all the new moves and no new Pokemon, and then it just ended up being what we already knew about. So a lot of stuff has already been confirmed, and we're going to see how many more surprises Game Freak has up their sleeve, or maybe we only care about Pokemon Snap and whatever else is happening for Gen 4 remakes. So, for starters, they left in all of the fly locations. Chica is some zone where you catch legends. Not sure about Minshuku. The others are self-explanatory. So we got Chica, Minshuku, Regirock. Wonder where we're flying on that one. Registeel, Regice. I'm thinking that this is something about the Reggie, like Dragon or Red and Nedra. Oh, maybe it's just Red and Nedra. I don't know. We got Crown and we got Bird Tree. I'm guessing, oh yeah, let's scroll down. I'm guessing Crown is going to be like the crown of the tundra, that giant dead tree in the castle. Bird Tree, I'm guessing that's the tree where the legendary birds are shown. Just a guess. So, I mean, we got some nice places to bounce around to. We don't know, like, everything in the Crown Tundra, but, alright, it's a good start to kind of see what's going on. Looks like no additional Reggies. I would hope not. I feel like 2 is a good number to just kind of splash in some new of a thing. Kind of like when you get 2 evolutions. Even though Sylveon was only 1, we still don't have any new evolutions. Come on, Game Freak, what's up with that? Looks like no additional Reggies. The game knows about the Hoenn 3, plus Draco, plus Electric. There's also an event for capturing Regigigas. Oh. There we go. Capture Reggie. And I mean, that makes sense. You have to get all of them and then statue event for all. There's the Regdra, though. Reggie event. Go into all that. And then we go into the Regigigas. I think that's going to be pretty cool because it's kind of like an Omega Green Alpha Sapphire. We had to, you know, get these specific Reggies and then Regigigas became available. Now you catch all the Reggies and then unlocks the in-game event for Regigigas. I like it. Next, there's a whole bunch of events for the various activities in the Crown Tundra. Looks like there's memos for the birds, the Reggies, Calyrex, Sancho. There might be some new stuff after all. How many new Pokemon? Is that going to be the last like hidden reveal of a mythical? It's not like we're going to be coming into another year from now with the Crown Tundra, so there's going to be like a movie mythical. So yeah, there could still be some stuff to be revealed. There's also Bee Queen Game Over. That just sounds wild. And Kusa Leader, Mizu Leader. I like this idea because I even talked about this once going through my playthrough on the Crown Tundra, and we saw Avery and Kara. With that, it's like, yeah, we need the rest of that lore filled out. We need to find the other gems in the Galar region, so it makes sense to have the 18 gem lore, and then they cycle out the gems, and then that's how the actual, you know, Pokemon Sword and Shield story plays through. So, looks like there's some kind of Vespa Queen event, I guess. Bee Queen Game Over, Revive, and then Leader. So, I mean, that'd be cool if they just, like, threw in some side gym leader thing in the Crown Tundra. People would love that. People would eat it up and would kind of, you know, fall in line with that. It makes sense. We see another part of the Galar region. Good to see that lore build together, and then the rest of the things make sense. So, Reggie's, Memos, Frieza, and... oh, Frieza, Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Faya, Crown. Stuff is happening. Stuff is happening over there. There's some unknown event referred to as Garium. Not sure what it is. Tied in with Regielektric. So I guess that'll make sense. Maybe Garium is an item? or something that we use to unlock Regielektric. Who even knows? We just have like a lot of gibberish and Japanese pointers and stuff. So there's some kind of event for having both Isle and Crown Tundra stuff involving getting the Musketeer Trio plus Keldeo. This goes into the images that have been data mined. So let's refresh this from PokeExperto. That way we can get the translation. Title of the 4 expedition chapters of the snows of the crown is found in the data mine of the Isle of Armor. So there's going to be expedition chapters, I guess kind of like the Delta chapter, and just kind of like adding on to the story. So there's a lot of stuff going on. A legendary tree of a legendary 3 birds. The terrible titans lurking locked away. Alright, so that's going to be the Regigigas event, and then finding all the Reggies. They came from the Ultra Beyond. That's going to be interesting. I don't even know where the location of that could possibly be. Maybe that kind of goes into some of these other locations and weird things that we don't fully understand just yet. And then the Sacred Bonds of Sovereign and Steed. That sounds like the event for Keldeo. So, I mean, hey, having a mythical Pokemon events. Game Freak giving everyone what they want. It's back, boys. And I guess Regigigas still also being a big one. Ultra. So that's going to be the story right there. It's all about expedition. It's all about exploration. We knew about this, and I guess that's instead of like just kind of throwing you out into nowhere and having really no guidance, they give you these chapters like, oh, maybe that's what the memos are for as well. That you stumble into one of the memos, and that kind of are your like little path. That's your path. You know, you find a memo about the thing to another memo to another memo, and then that gradually gives you guidance in the story until you complete the chapter that you're going for. But I think that's the big one right there. Ultra Beast, Crown Tundra. They had to bring him in at some point. I think it would have made more sense for Diamond and Pearl remakes, potentially, depending on how they do this. Like Diamond and Pearl remakes, all of the remaining Pokemon from the national decks that haven't been included would find their way in. I was hoping we wouldn't have to deal with Ultra Beasts, but who even knows anymore? If they don't have the power to Dynamax, I'd be okay with that. And I was like, got Dynamax, Garchomp is coming back, all the new Pokemon, the tutor moves, legendaries are going to be available, and just absolute madness is coming in right here. Also, the new Reggies and the forms of the birds are going to be viable as well. So we got some crazy things for sure. I don't know if I'm ready to see Ultra Beast back, though. Not. I don't know. Just sitting here looking at that, like, the madness. It's available in the Switch. And that was kind of the big question. Is that going to be a part of it since we're going to have the legendary raids? Yes. I guess once you're done with that, maybe that unlocks the legendary raid expeditions as well. Then things just kind of get extra wacky on top of it. So we got Musketeer Trio event. Isle of Armor has 17 zones the game knows about on the map. Crown Tundra has the same number. So that suggests the Crown Tundra is about the same size as the Isle of Armor. I'm not sure how to feel about that. From what I saw, it looked like the Crown Tundra was going to be a lot bigger. And since it's also the exploration map, and since we also have these zones and these other quests to do and expeditions, I thought, yeah, there would be more to like, it'd have to be bigger to fit in all of that extra content. It seems like there's just a lot of stuff on top of a lot of stuff. But then with all the fly, maybe that's not all the fly points. Maybe that's all the fly points that kind of don't spoil too much about the game, because I don't see too much of a point for the Ultra Beasts. So that's the thing. Yeah, so could be more, but as the Pokemon Home and the other like Isle of Armor data mine showed us stuff showed us, potentially not at the same time. 17 zones, but also the Isle of Armor is a lot of water. Like, if you take away all that armor you put in land and mountains and terrain and extra like little crevices and fun things to discover, that's going to be cool. Maybe it's about just like getting a lot of gameplay from the expeditions and then just grinding legendary raids and all the extra content stuff. Like, Isle of Armor snuck in a lot of replayability as well. So stuff's going on, but as we can see right here, Crown Tundra and Isle of Armor doing these plays. And because of stuff like this and the areas, that's why it makes me feel like it's only some of the Crown Tundra just kind of putting in to make sure it plays nice with the DLC. Finally, some event tagged Hitake, not sure what's about, besides the event for Electric Dragons being Adventure Win. I'm guessing the Bee Queen thing is going to, like, that'd be funny if the bee wants the revenge from the Isle of Armor since you take down the Vespiquen. That'd be funny. Adventure Win is probably something that you get at the end of one of these expeditions. There might be more to find here for Crown Tundra that we haven't noticed yet. That's what I've got for now. Oh, and it's probably obvious, Crown Tundra also has its own Pokedex. Contents of that dex are scrubbed. Classic Game Freak, much like the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo, everything was scrubbed, but the images. Game Freak not telling us how many new Pokemon, not telling us dex IDs and potential new IDs of other Pokemon to give us new Pokemon that we don't know about. That's all gone. But this weird stuff, just kind of hanging around to be found. And one extra thing, according to Syndra Pokemon Leaks, today's update includes references to 17 more unknown items, probably to be introduced in the Crown Tundra. 17 more items in Crown Tundra. How many? There weren't too many added in with the Isle of Armor. So, I think that's gonna be alright. And maybe, again, there could just be more, but again, after what happened, I don't know. Who even knows at this point? But there's definitely gonna be enough content. Like, the Isle of Armor is full of surprises. I feel like I'm barely scratching the surface of getting everything figured out about it. So, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna have a lot to do. Depending on, is Pokemon Snap a 2021 title, or are they going to launch that in between this and, like, that'd be really sick if it was a September, late August release, you know? And then we get into the Crown Tundra after that. So there is a lot of, like, weird stuff that could happen. If not, I don't think the Isle of Armor can make it all the way to the Crown Tundra, but it can get us a fair way if the Pokemon community doesn't want to be toxic and it wants to behave. And I was just looking at it. When it comes to things, we got new Pokemon, Calyrex on top of that. Fun stuff, and a decent amount of already confirmed Pokemon, and Lurantis was actually a part of that. So Lurantis is in the Isle of Armor, that gets knocked off, and then we have some of these other ones, and when you look at the amount of Pokemon in the Isle of Armor, we still have a big list to go, and then Ultra Beasts and Legendaries on top of that. It's going to be pretty madness. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.